Hello everyone, just want to show a quick um, tutorial in Python and how left_just and rjust functions work in Python. And first let's run this code, and this is the result. Can ignore these for now. This is the result. But before that, I want to explain how rjust and left_just works. So I'm going to comment this part out. And let's say we have a letter P. And we want to print this P. Print letter rjust 10. As you can see, this argument that we give to the rjust is just the width that we specify. And after specifying the width, which is 10, it will spare 10 spaces for us for this letter. So after we have those 10 spaces, it will print the letter P starting from the right side. And if we do it for our left_just 10, the same thing, it will spare 10 spaces for us to print something, but since we have just one P, it will start printing it from the left side. Yeah, that's simply what rjust and ljust do. And of course, we also have print letter center, and we also need to specify the width, which is, let's say, 10. And as you can see, because the width is 10, it can't actually place the letter P right in the middle of the space that he is creating, that the Python is creating for us. That's why it should be an odd number. And since it's odd, actually we will make it 11, and we will see this P right in the middle of this P and the other P. Yeah, almost. But if we make it 9, yeah, now it's in the middle. So in order for the center method to work properly, we actually should give the width as an odd number, because it should have equal amount of space from right and left side. And since we have one character, the one is placed in the middle, 8 characters left, 4 to the right, and 4 to the left, and 4 to the right. That's why how it's going to work properly. And after we learned how those methods work, we can delve into this function and see what it does exactly. And there's a little subtle detail that I want to stress, because it was something that took me some time to understand and wrap my head around. And let's see. In the beginning, I showed the output of this code, which is this. Okay, now let's see what's really happening here. This for loop works 9 times. And what it does, it prints something. It prints 2 things, then at the end, it concatenates those strings together. Let's firstly focus on this part. And what you see here, like h multiplied by 9 minus I, is just a syntactic sugar to multiply h n times. N is just 9 minus I in our case here. So what will happen here, in the first iteration I is 0, and actually we can comment this part out, and we do this. Okay, and let's print it. Okay, so in the first iteration I is 0, so 9 minus 0 is 9, and in the first iteration I is printed 9 times, and the width is also 9, so it gave us a width of 9, and we fully filled those 9 spaces with h's starting from the left. And in the second iteration we also have I is which is now 1, and then we print h 8 times, and we try to fill 8 number of h's into a width of 8 starting from the left. So of course it will be like this. So it goes on like that until I is 8, and we are only printing h 1 time, and we're filling the width of 1 with 1h in the last line. And let's see how adding this part will change the code. Okay, so as before, what we did here, we printed h 9 times. In other words, we filled the width of 9 with 9 h's starting from the left, and we printed h with width of 0 times. That's why we don't see anything. The first line is just a result of this part in our code. In the second part, h is multiplied 0 times. But let's look at the second iteration. In the second iteration, I is 1, so h is printed 8 times here. 8 times here. And then this part should print h how many times? Only once. And first we give a space of 1, a width of 1, then we fill that 1 width of 1 with one number of h, starting from the right. And in this case, actually, Python takes into account where our string ended in the first iteration. So when it starts to print this part, the leftmost part of this string will be the end of the part of the code that we printed with ljust. So 8 times here. Now it should start from here, this part, and it starts from here, adds 1 width which is 1, and then fills that space with 1h. And the other iterations work with the same principle.